Hello folks, welcome to the Night Sky Imaging YouTube channel. This video is going to be hopefully another quick one from my standards. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be showing you how I did some selective stars size reduction using Bill Blanshan's star tools. So let's head over there and take a look at it. Okay, we are in PixInsight, and of course this uh, star reduction process only works in PixInsight. So if you don't have PixInsight, boy, for no other reason, this is a great reason to get it. Let me grab his processes. If you don't have them, a video that I did yesterday, it's I think it's just called Star Size Reduction and Star Reduction 2 because it does both if you choose. And the purpose of it really is to take these bloated large stars and fix them so they're a lot more pleasing and where you can develop more 3D look to your image. So at least in my opinion, it does an outstanding job. And thank you, Bill, for creating these. So I've also put a link on this YouTube channel and the one I did yesterday to Bill Blanshan's YouTube channel because he is planning on developing even more scripts and processes for PixInsight. So you want to subscribe to that, I would imagine, if you're a PixInsight user. I sure do. And so let's take a look at what I wanted to do and how I decided to approach it. There may be an easier way, I'm sure there is, but this was my uh, 77-year-old logic at work, and that's scary. Um, when you run his processes, uh, they will create a star reduction effect, but it will create it globally on all of the stars. And I thought, some of these I really don't want to change that much, but I sure want to tackle these big ones. So I need a mask, and I decided to use the game script. So let's get it. Go to Scripts, Utilities, and Game. And if you don't have this script, you need to find it and download it. It's also free. Hartman Bornman at Skypixels. I think it's .com. It might not be, but I believe it's skypixels.com. Has a number of scripts that are real easy to add to PixInsight, and this is one of them that I think is a must for all serious imagers. Um, so I am electing the ellipsis and point, and I want to make this smaller only to encompass a star and an area around it. Give it a little breathing room because this is a gradient mask. And I want to create another ellipsis, so I'm going to click Add, and let's tackle this one too. And let's add another. And these look like moons. They're so big. And the reason why they're so big is that this was taken with a 1422 millimeter Smith Cassegrain. And I cropped the living daylights out of it because I went back to process some data that I took last April, and I couldn't find the flats that I used with this. So the vignetting in the corners, oh, I could have approached it a number of ways, but I just went ahead and cropped it because I actually knew I could fix these stars. Otherwise, I might have worked with the vignetting more and not applied such a massive crop. But this is going to take me a second. And again, I'm just tackling these giants, and I'm making the mask only big enough to cover the star with a little breathing room. Let's see, is there anything? Let's leave the rest of them alone. These are the bigger ones. I could have probably left this one alone, but these are the bigger ones. And if you decide you want to delete one, just click on the mask, highlight it, and click delete. So I am going to leave that one alone. All right, let's click OK, bottom left, and here is our mask. So we're going to call this star mask. And let's just set her over here for the moment. Okay, now we're going to run Bill's processes. And first thing I'm going to do is take the clone for Starless and drop it. And now I have a new clone that's been renamed Starless. Now you don't have to use his. I don't know why you wouldn't. You could also go over here and just drag and make your own clone and rename it Starless. Same thing. But it's pointless when you have Bill's already developed a pixel math equation that does it for you. So I'm going to go ahead and bury my basic image. In fact, let's just rename this to Sombrero. And now what we're going to need to do is make it starless. So I'm going to use Star Exterminator. You may have StarNet too. I have it, but I primarily am using the Star Exterminator. I don't want a star image, and I obviously can't use unscreen. And this is now nonlinear. I've already stretched it, so I'm just going to drag and drop. Okay, we have our starless version, and I'm just going to tuck that away there for the time being. It really doesn't have to be visible. Bill's script will use that information regardless. So I'm going to open my sombrero back up. Now, I want to apply my mask, so I'm going to take my mask, and I'm going to grab the tab, and I'm going to drag it and drop it on this bar. And before I drop it, you'll see a box. Also notice the colors, kind of gray, and as soon as I drop it, the color will become kind of reddish brown. So don't delete your mask. Make sure you keep your mask, because if you delete it, you'll have to recreate it. So my star mask is back where I nested it, and starless is where I nested it. And so we have our mask applied, and let's look at the mask. And so these are the stars that I have targeted to reduce without affecting the rest of the image, which is my purpose here, selective star size reduction. So let's get rid of the, let's unclick show mask. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start with the star method 1, and I'm going to select 10. I want to really beat this thing up pretty bad, and watch what happens to those large stars. Wow. So here's the before and after. Before and after. Before and after. And the rest of my stars, they haven't changed, which was my goal. So I'm going to change this to 15, and I'm going to hit it one more time. Okay, and so now we have, um, I think it's just my opinion, and all this is preference. Now we've taken these moon-sized stars as a result of my optics, my cropping, and I have reduced their size. So let's get rid of this. And now I'm going to go to version 3, and I'm going to leave it at one iteration, but I'm going to make the reduction kind of a soft reduction, and I'm going to put 3, which is the number that uh, points to the soft reduction technique. 2 would be moderate, and 1 would be a strong method. So let's apply this. To the whole. Oh, I'm going to back up because I don't want to do this. And I'm going to back up again. Let's just pause it. Yeah, we want to cancel. Let me remove the mask now. I meant to do that. I want to apply this globally. So the mask is gone, so all my stars will get the treatment that version 3 uses in Bill Blanshan's pixel math. Wow. Tell you folks, this is stuff that's just ridiculously good. That is so much better than the original image. I'm going to apply this maybe one more time. I could have used 2 iterations and I wouldn't have been doing this another time, but I wanted to see what one iteration did first. All right, now that I have my stars, in my opinion, much more appealing, at least to me, and as far as I'm concerned, that's what matters. I'm going to start working on the rest of the image. I need to sharpen up and add some structure to this line that cuts down through the middle. I need to do some noise reduction and maybe a little saturation. So guys, this is what it's all about. Thank you, Bill, for creating those scripts. If you haven't watched the video on how to download, install, and merge your processes that you currently are using, then watch the video that I did just yesterday, which is the one prior to this one. And have a great day. Talk to you guys later.